shoes, right? What is your evidence? What were they doing? So I heard a few examples, like making eye contact with the teacher, yet nodding the head, sitting straight up, and using body language to show that I'm listening. What would making a good decision look like? Like, what if someone next to you is kind of like messing with you and talking to you and trying to distract you? What might making a good decision look like? Yes, sir. Maybe going like this to the person sitting next to you and reminding them what making a good decision and being an active learner looks like. Yes, over here. Right, and would you be like, I'm moving, everybody? No, right, you could quietly just move to a different place and be making a great decision actually for your learning and also helping the other person. So those are some examples we're looking for. So thank you, everybody. So I'm just going to be up here for a few minutes and I'm going to describe what we're going to do today. And what we're doing today is called the cooperative strip paragraph. Can someone tell me what cooperative means? Cooperative. Can you all say that with me? Cooperative. Yes, sir, back here.
Or you follow directions like you're given.
Follow directions is showing cooperation. Yeah, like I'm cooperating with my teacher and I'm doing what she said. Yeah, but cooperative. Other ideas for cooperative. Yes, sir, over here.
Working together.
Working together. Can everybody say working together?
Working together.
So we are actually going to write a paragraph together, and it's called the cooperative strip paragraph because we're writing the paragraph on strips. And it's going to be fun because it's not Ms. Crame's paragraph, it's not Mr. Keller's paragraph, it's actually Mr. Keller's whole class paragraph, and we're going to write it together here in April, okay? So when we write a paragraph together, we start, especially in a body paragraph, if we were writing an argumentative essay, our body paragraph would start with what kind of sentence?
Topic sentence.
Yeah, a topic sentence. So we actually gave you the topic sentence. Usually, like if you were having a writing prompt or you were taking some kind of exam, usually they would give you a prompt and you would have to generate the topic sentence, but today your teacher has generated the topic sentence for you. First thing we're going to do is we're going to read the topic sentence aloud together. It's a pretty short one, so I think we can do it. Everybody ready?
Cell phone use has an impact on health.
There we go. There's our topic sentence. Cell phone use has an impact on health. We're going to read it together again, only this time I want you to think. If I had to highlight one word that is absolutely the most important word in that topic sentence, what would that word be? And by most important, I mean it's like the heart. It is the main idea of that topic sentence. And boy, every single supporting sentence has to be about that one word. Hold on, we're going to read it together, and I want everybody to think. One word. Ready? Read it with me and think of your word.
Cell phone use has an impact on health.
Please turn to a person sitting next to you and tell them what word you chose and why. All right, I want your attention in 5. Thank you for making eye contact with the speaker. Ready to go? Thank you for making eye contact with the speaker. Ready to go? All right. So hands down for a second. When you share out, I would like to hear something like this. I think blank is the most important word because, and see if you can finish that sentence for us. Who is ready to share either what they shared or what their partner shared? Yes, over here. And also showing respect not only to this speaker, but to the student speaker. What is your name?
My name is Resume.
Resume?
Yeah.
Great. Can everybody look at this student, please? Showing respect, and let's hear what word you chose.
I chose impact because that word is like really strong because it actually meant the cell phone and the health all together that actually happens to both of us. Like that actually like happens to the health.
So it's bringing these two words together. What's the impact? Can someone help me understand what does that word impact mean? When we say impact, what's the impact? Someone who has your hand up? You have some ideas?
That it can't like impacting it can like mess with the health.
So one impact could be that it hurts you. What does that word impact mean? Where have we heard that word before? Yeah, over here. It has to do with something? I just noticed you did this with your hands. Did anybody else notice that? Yep, so why do you think she did this with her hands? Impact. Yes, sir. word means? Impact. What does impact mean? Because if that's going to be our most important word, we need to know what it means. Yes, sir, over here.
Impact means, like, for an example, you've been impacted with football, like, you've been hit.
You've been hit, like you've been actually physically impacted by a football. Yeah, it's like one thing makes something else happen, right? Impact one thing, so in this case, cell phone makes something happen with health. Can everybody do that? Impact. Impact. Great. So I agree that every single supporting sentence has to be about impact. How do cell phone is the one thing, impact or change someone's health? Great, so we have impact as an important word. Did anyone else choose a different word that isn't impact? That they think is like, man, this is the most important word? Someone who hasn't shared yet? Yes, over here. Please showing respect to the speaker who is no longer me.
Me and my partner thought that it was health.
So the most important word is health and what? Oops, sorry. Why did you say health?
Because lots of things can happen if you're using your phone. Because if you're in the phone for a long time, it can affect your health.
So the whole entire, this is my football, by the way. So the whole entire paragraph is going to be about how does it affect or impact someone's health. Yeah. And did anyone else raise your hand if you chose health as the most important word? Did anyone have a totally different word? Yeah, over here. Cell phone.
Because the whole basically is going to be about cell phone.
Every single source that you read was about what?
Cell phone.
Yeah. Great. So, I think it's fair to say that these are the most important words here in the topic sentence. Let's read them. Ready? Cell phone, impact, health. Okay. The reason why we went through that process is when you make your sentences that are going to support that claim, which you already started, those sentences have to be about those three things. If there are not, if it just says like, cell phones are cool, I like cell phones, which I don't think you would write that, but let's say you did, it's missing that piece about impact. What's the impact, right? Or if you say, cell phones take up too much time, then I'm going to ask, does it meet that health piece? It has the impact, has the health cell phone, but it's missing that health piece. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it needs to be, your supporting sentence has to be about those three words. Great. Before we continue, Ronnie, can you check in with our scouts real quick? For literacy awards?
You still looking? Okay. How about Rosamond? Did you find anyone demonstrate the three personal standards?
She said no.
Who? How? What evidence did you notice?
He was sitting up straight, making eye contact. Is that showing respect, solving problems, or making good decisions? Hands to himself. Great. Which one? Showing respect, solving problems, or making good decisions? He was making good decisions. Hands to myself, eye contact with speaker, sitting up straight. Yeah. Can you pass him a literacy award, please?
She said no, she's still looking.
Okay. Do you want to be a scout for a little bit more? All right. Thank you, scouts. Great. And I actually saw a lot of evidence of the three personal standards, yeah? It is hard to listen to a lecture. For me, too. You kind of want to fidget, but most of you were, when I said turn and talk, you turned to your neighbor. When I said share out, I saw a lot of participation. Awesome decisions for your learning. Great. So the next step is we are going to write a paragraph. But when we write a paragraph, it's not going to be awesome, amazing, perfect. It's going to be what's called a draft. Can everybody say draft? Draft. So we're at this level right here. We're writing the draft together at Mr. Keller's class. And we're going to write that draft by coming up with supporting evidence to support that topic sentence. You guys practiced that already. So we know it has to be about cell phone impact health. And it also has to be text-based evidence that's coming from these sources. Mr. Keller, they've read 2 of them, is that correct?
They've read one article and watched one video.
Okay, so you have the video you can pull from, you have the article you can pull from, but you can't just be like, my Aunt Petunia, she doesn't sleep anymore because she, right, you have text-based evidence to support this topic sentence. Do you want to lead them through how they might be able to do that?
Sure.
Great.
I was actually going to suggest.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mrs. Rock. back. I teach language arts in 8th grade, so I might see a couple of you in a couple of years. So when you're gonna, in a second, write a sentence with your team. So all of you are gonna cooperate together. What does cooperative mean again? Work together to create a sentence. Can I see one of these?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a strip that looks like this, and with your team, you're gonna come up with one sentence that has text evidence that supports that topic sentence, so about impact on health. You can use evidence from your own charts, from the articles you read, from the chart that's up here, from the video that you've seen. You get to pick any piece of evidence you want, and here are some different ways you could start it. So you might say, in the source, cell phones are changing the world, it says blah, 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 and you would use that specific evidence. Or you might say, one example of how cell phones has an impact on health is, and use your evidence, or according to source, blah, 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 give your evidence. So your team has to decide what evidence are we gonna use and how are we gonna start our sentence. You're gonna write this in pencil starting out, all right?
Yep. And the only other piece is if we look at our learning target, it's I can use text-based evidence to support topic sentence, but also I can write in complete and complex sentences. So we want to make our sentences as interesting as possible, and we also want to make sure they're complete, meaning do we have punctuation, do we have capital letters, do we have everything we need to make that sentence a really good, complete, like just really good high-level sentence. And I think that within your team, do you guys have 4 or 5 people on your team? Or both? A little bit of both? Yeah, between the 5 of you or 4 of you, you want to think together. Can we make this sentence any better? Do we see any mistakes that we can maybe, I don't think you spelled that right. How might we spell that? So as much as possible, get the best sentence you can that meets that criteria. Any other teachers have anything to add? Okay, when you hear the signal word, hold on, till you hear it, you're going to go back into your teams to write the sentence in pencil. Get back into your groups and then we'll talk about TRAF, okay? Ready? You want to do signal word?
Yeah. Signal word is topic sentence.
Topic sentence. What the paragraph is about.
Back to your groups.
Sir.
No, we're gonna have a game after school. We'll go against each other. So we'll do it ourselves.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yes.
Wait, let's get
Alright, so we'll figure it out later. Let's get our sheets. You'll be fine. Just like that.
All right. Thank you to, I'm waiting for a team where I see everybody ready to go. Thank you to Eastern Washington University team, almost ready to go. There we go, Washington Huskies, eyes on speaker, ready to go. Thank you, Washington Huskies. Awesome. So right now, eyes on this teacher over here who's going to lead you through the next step.
Good morning or afternoon or whatever. I'm Ms. Gillespie. I teach physical readiness 7th and 8th, and I co-teach with Mr. Corboy. We are now working in our groups. So we are going to be looking for teamwork. Let's review. What does it look like? It's thinking, relying on each other, working together, helping each other, putting heads together, focused and speaking one at a time. We're going to be looking for that. We're going to be listening for compliments, positive language. Do you need help? What do you think? Try your best. Just try. On topic and good job. The teacher's going to be walking around looking to see if we can see or hear any of these examples. And if we do, we will be earning team points. Okay?
Everyone know what to do? Yeah. You're writing a draft of your supporting sentence in pencil. When you think you've got it as most complex, beautiful, best sentence ever written, hand goes up and one of us will come make sure that it's about cell phone impact health and give you your team color marker. You're going to write it in marker just like we did here. So don't write it too big. Write about this size, and then someone from your team is going to bring up your sentence and we'll put it up in our first draft. Any questions? Yep. Topic sentence?
Topic sentence.
We have cell phone impacting our health.
You're talking about how cell phones impact your health using some of your evidence. That's some examples up there.